Hey everyone, it's the Faithful Mindset back here. My name is Tamika Coleman and I just have another video I wanted to share. I just recently uploaded my testimonial and it's been a journey, but what I wanted to talk about today is really when you think about New Age and all of the practices that are involved. If you really look at it from a different perspective, you will see that a lot of the information that's put into New Age reflects the Bible and Christianity, God's will in so many ways. The twist usually involves a plan that takes God out of the picture, right? So let's take, for instance, the Bible and the individuals in the Bible. Right? When you're thinking about people such as Abraham, if I say Abraham, I think he has faith. He went as far as almost sacrificing his son Isaac to Jehovah when he asked him. Abraham had so much faith, or Daniel had faith. We think of Samson and strength. We think of David and how he fell short, when he got older, and God forgave him when he repented for everything he did. We also think of little David that had courage when he slung the stone at Goliath, right? We think about Rahab, who, even though she wasn't directly a servant of God, she protected spies, right? And she was saved when the walls of Jericho shut down. But the point of it is that when we think of the Bible, we think of people. We think of God. We do think of his will, and we do our best to follow that will. And so when it comes to tarot readings, right, it is heavily surrounded by an archetype or an individual. So let's say, for example, the court cards. In the court cards, you have different individuals. You have the king and the queen, and then the prince and the princess, and you think about, or you have to learn about the qualities of these individuals in the tarot deck. You have the magician and the high priestess, and it's centered around people. But the difference is those people have their own qualities in themselves that is separate from God. You see, when Satan crafts something or a plot against God and uses us or people to go against it, it's going to feel familiar. It's going to feel like the right thing to do. But when you look at it a little bit closer, you'll see that the whole object of it is to take God out. We don't remember in tarot the high priestess or the magician or the king or queens. We don't think about any relationship that they have with God. What we think about is who they are. And it pretty much stops there. And all the qualities and how they behave and how they're going to get through the different situations that are upcoming. It's all tied to the individual. But the key difference between individuals in the Bible is that they have faith. And the faith was in God. So when I say David was courageous, I'm thinking Jehovah blessed him. When I think of Abraham being faithful, I think of how far he went to almost kill his son, but God stopped him and blessed him. Every character in the Bible forces you to rely on your higher power. But when you're dealing with anything with Satan, the devil, it is going to not be the higher power of God. It is going to be you and you. You see, he just blots God out of the picture. So I hope that whatever you're doing, first of all, give glory to God, but it's a way to test the faith of something. It's the way to find out if what you're doing is meant to distract you and lead you away from God and who you really need to rely on to truly bless you, or if it's a way for Satan to find his way into your life and make you feel alone eventually, even though you don't know it's happening. Okay? So remember, when it comes to the devil, he's crafty. He is like the snake that was in the garden. He's very sneaky. There's a lot of things you will not realize that are happening. It's because we're meant to serve God. You know, a lot of people that go to New Age have a Bible basis. You understand the Bible for the most part, but you decided to go somewhere else. So the best way for Satan to entice you, right, just like he enticed Eve, is to take something that feels familiar, like following the examples of people or dealing with people, right? That's the best way for him to come in, but just twist it a little bit until you find yourself so far from God, or like Eve did, disobeying God. So just remember that and do your best to stay alert and don't be misled, because in the end, you will be the one that suffers, and God doesn't want that for you. So deception is exactly that, deception. But if we recognize it, then we can't be deceived. I love you guys. Peace.